Hey there, and welcome to 10 TV Plus. I'm Dylan Robichaud, Jay Plyburn over here. Talk about a nice day out there today.
Oh, the past few days have been nice.
This whole week, yeah.
Whole week's been nice. We got to start the day with the blood moon, eclipse.
The lunar eclipse this morning. It is about to get downright mild, though, as we head into this afternoon.
Yeah, that's what you said.
As we're looking at temperatures warming up to around 78 degrees, low 80s heading into the afternoon. So be ready for that. And as we look off down to the south, I mean, some of you guys making that run towards 80 here in town, the record's 78. We're going to be neck and neck with that today. The old record was set back in 2012. The forecast 78, but if we get even 1 degree warmer than that, that will surpass the record. Hey, by the way, we got heavy rain. We got storms heading down the pipeline, heading into your Saturday afternoon. 2 rounds. First round in the morning hours before 11 a.m. Round 2 between 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. That is when that risk of severe weather will be greatest, and that heavy rain will continue as we head overnight. High pressure will deliver a marvelous day out there today, but as we head westward to the Rockies, see that upper level swirly swirl? That is an upper level low. That's going to dive down to the south, scooping up moisture, and that's going to be driving in some heavy rainfall tomorrow. Track it out with me here as we see that warm front marching up to the north. Now as we head towards tomorrow morning, round 1, and then round 2 comes in from the deep south, heading into 7, 8, 9 o'clock tomorrow night. That could feature the threat of some damaging winds and even the potential of some flooding, which, don't worry, we'll talk about all that. The risk of severe weather is a level 2 out of 5, okay? That is in the yellow shaded region. So wind and flooding right now, we're looking at a moderate risk. So far, knock on wood, tornado risk, hail risk is low, but non-zero, okay? Meaning that there's a low end threat, but it's not possible to get a spin up tornado or two. Heading into tomorrow morning, again, we wake up with a few showers. We actually catch a break going into the early afternoon. But you see these little notches in the clouds where the sun comes out for a bit? That actually heats the ground, that destabilizes the atmosphere. Well, that could lead to some strong thunderstorms heading into tomorrow evening. By 4 or 5 o'clock, take a look at this. Mount Vernon, Mount Gilead out to Marysville, tracking the risk of some hail, damaging winds. And then later on comes the flooding threat. And it's going to be right here after 6 o'clock. The dark yellows on the map. We have stationary showers that will fall over the same area for several hours at a time, which could lead to some very heavy rainfall. This is all being caused by what we call an atmospheric river, which is a narrow conveyor belt of moisture coming in from the deep south, and that's going to dump rain on us heading into tomorrow. How much rain? Take a look at the numbers. Okay, we got the purple. Then out here you get into some of these darker colors. Some of you guys, I'm not surprised if you don't see 2 inches. Generally speaking, lower amounts as you head farther to the east, but it's west of I-71 out towards Kenton and Urbana that we are especially concerned about. Now the flood threat going into Saturday night. Okay, right now it's a level 1 out of 4, but then down towards Cincinnati, down towards I-75, a level 2 out of 4. Wind could definitely be problematic as well. Right now we have a wind advisory through tomorrow afternoon. And there's a pretty good shot that we end up extending this and pushing it a little bit farther to the east as we'll be dealing with those gusty winds. All right, let's walk you through your forecast for tomorrow. Winds between 35, possibly as high as 40 miles per hour. By tomorrow night, the winds do subside, but by 6, 7 o'clock, again, blustery. It is not going to be a fun night to be out there traveling. Here at 2 o'clock in the here at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the wind isn't too bad. Once we get past 4 o'clock, though, that's really where the winds exacerbate here as we're looking at gusts up to around 30 miles per hour. Now, as we get a look at the extended outlook, of course, we have that 10 weather impact alert here on Saturday. Heading into Monday, we're down to 53 degrees. Heading into Wednesday and Thursday, we are tracking our next system that's going to roll into the region. Notice that through Wednesday, most of the day is dry. By heading into Wednesday night, going into Thursday, now we're tracking that next system. And this is going to have a shot of cold air on the backside of it. Take a look at that. It's changing over to maybe a few snowflakes here late next week. So that would be interesting if we went from like 80 today to the possibility of a few snowflakes later on in the period. And then as we get a look here at the temperatures, again, coolest days Monday and Thursday. We start to kind of warm things up a bit heading into Tuesday of next week as we're going to be tracking more sunshine moving into the region.
I say all good things must come to an end, and for us, it comes to an end tomorrow.
That is exactly right, especially as it pertains to the fact that we're going to get rid of the sunshine, losing a lot of this nice warm air. And then, of course, we're going to be looking at the return of severe weather.
Yeah, it's going to get kind of chaotic, it sounds like. Oh, here's the question.
All right, weather trivia question for you today. Talking about hail, this ingredient causes hail. Warm air aloft, heavy rain, lightning, or strong updrafts.
Oh, well, I would assume rain has something to do with hail. I'll go with B again.
Oh, do you want to rethink that?
Sure, yeah, I do now. How about not lightning? Warm air. How about strong updrafts?
Ding, 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 ding,
Yes!
ding. And folks, no joke, these can reach 100 miles per hour, some of these strong updrafts here, okay? So you get these powerful updrafts, and those strong updrafts really can lead to ginormous hail as we get a look at some of these hail size versus updraft speed. I mean, take a look at this right here. As we look at some of the smaller, like pea-size hail, you only need winds updraft at like 25 to 30 miles per hour. As you get over here to ping-pong size, you need 60 mile per hour winds. And for reference, that's like cruising down the interstate at a mile a minute. And then as we get a look here at hen egg, again, 69 mile per hour, tennis ball size hail, 77 miles per hour. And then over here, the mother of all hail, grapefruit size hail, 98 mile per hour updrafts can cause that. All right, so the stronger the updraft, the longer that you can suspend that ice in the atmosphere, and that can create some larger hail. So kind of interesting how this all breaks down. Tomorrow, we're not going to be looking at anything larger than quarter size hail, as we're going to be looking at updrafts probably between the 30 and 50 mile per hour range, but pretty interesting when you think about it.
Hail size versus updraft speed. That's an interesting graphic. I can't believe hail can get so big. I mean, you're talking damage to cars. You wouldn't want to be caught in it.
Especially as you head out to the western states like Kansas, Nebraska, the Dakotas. That is like the motherland for where large hail can form out there because they have all the correct ingredients kind of coming together.
Whew.
So
Careful with that stuff.
Absolutely. Well, that will do it for us here on 10 TV Plus. Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz will have your forecast tonight on 10 TV News starting right at 6.